Most days we sit in silence, tactically avert our eyes. Once in a while we reminisce about the good times, the old days, when our social life was more vibrant. But times change, and now most days we sit in silence. We weren't always like this, were we? Once I was grateful to be alive, which is ironic now, because everything has died. Most days we sit in silence. We don't get outside much, unless it's to forage for supplies in the aftermath of mass violence. Most days we sit in silence. Most nights she sits there crying, and I'm not sure if her eyes are on the door or the rifle propped beside it. Now if her eyes are on the door, she's a fool, those guests will never arrive. And if her eyes are on the gun, I'm starting to think she's read my mind. She's checking the radio again, and sometimes I feel to say, listen babe, give it in. There's no hope in those airwaves, but extinguishing her optimism is something I can't do. So instead, I get the orange paint and touch up the SOS on the roof. And when I'm through, I'll go downstairs and help her clean. And it's true, in some ways this is what our dream has always been. But I need a little space, so you can't hear me when I scream. And I'm afraid, cause her bleeds late by 3 weeks. And it seems this could be heaven or this could be hell. On the one hand we have a happy home, on the other we live in a cell. I'm ringing the bell, making a choice, head for the hills in search of help, or save the last 2 shells and turn that broomstick on ourselves. And when apocalypse ensues, I just wanna sit with you, scratch another day on the wall, get the table laid for 2, clear the zombies from the porch, lift the gas mask to kiss you, fight the robots to the last breath, to utter the words I love you. And if I should come apart at the seams here as I speak to you, I could only ask for open arms and a chance to find my peace with you, a piece of you. I could smell it on my fingers, dry tears of yesteryears, and yet regret absurdly lingers. Trust flickers in and out of existence, like that neon sign that says God saves out in the distance, when destiny's MIA and history smoking mirrors. I could only hope to hold you close through the madness that we live in. You board up the windows, I'll search for supplies. You clean up the kitchen, I'll set up a fire to send out a signal to those who survive. But I'm starting to think we're the last ones alive. And I've watered the crops with the tears from my eyes, and tried to keep our morale as high as the tide. It's time to decide, head north in search of the colony or stay here and die. The house that time forgot, the last hope for humankind. And when apocalypse ensues, I just wanna sit with you, scratch another day on the wall, get the table laid for 2, hear the zombies from the porch, lift the gas mask to kiss you, fight the robots to the last breath, to utter the words I love you. True, we saw it coming when those morons thumbed the button. In the age of the TV screen, when we gleefully coaxed our own destruction, the same discussion we'd start with friends over dinner. If only they listened to their hearts instead of politicians. Some tried to buy their safety, some put their faith in dead religions. But by the time the waves had rise, their state of mind became a prison. But who am I kidding? It's too late for I told you so, it's too late to save them. Now our primary obligation is finding a safe haven to make babies. But living inside of this isolation's a surefire way to drive us crazy. It's time to escape and take our chances, alike Descartes and Rachel. Break out this origami safe house, this frail is made from dreams, and their preservation's become an anchor that prevents us being free. So chuck some stuff in a bag, but just what you need. The rations are low, got enough for a week. Buckle my boots and I tighten my jeans, move the boards from the door, and the light starts to creep. Cause the side of her face is a tear on her cheek. I wipe it away, pull her nearer to me, and whisper gently in her ear, I loved you forever. I held her hand but then let go, and we stepped outside together. And when apocalypse ensues, I just wanna sit with you, scratch another day on the wall, get the table laid for 2, clear the zombies from the porch, lift the gas mask to kiss you, fight the robots to the last breath, to utter the words I love you.